Hey everybody. Well, it seems college football is about 6 months away, but I mean, who's counting? So, might as well throw out a way too early uh, college football playoff top four. So, why not? Nobody's got anything better to do, at least college football wise. So, let's go ahead and do it. This year is going to be in Houston, and I'm going to pick who I think is going to be the top four from uh, from 4 to 1. One's going to be the last one, four is going to be the first one. Self explanatory. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So let's start out with number four. Number four, I think the USC Trojans under Lincoln Riley get to the college football playoff uh, in Lincoln Riley's second year. I mean, look at Lincoln Riley at Oklahoma. In his first season, he made it to the playoff. He made it to the playoff after that 3 straight times and lost every time. But look who he was playing every time. So I think he can make it. You got some big boys in the Pac 12. You got Oregon. You got Washington. You still got Utah to deal with. You got Oregon State could even sneak up on them. But besides that, I'd say that I think UCLA is going to be still pretty good. I wouldn't say that they're on the same level. I'd say that they're more on Utah's level now with Oregon or Washington or USC. But I think that they got a pretty good road to the playoffs. So I think USC will go at number four. Number three, I think the Clemson Tigers get back to the college football playoff after missing it the last 2 seasons. And I think what's really going to help them is Garrett Riley coming in to be the new OC. That was a great hire by Dabo Swinney. And Cade Klubnik is going to really be helped by that. They really do not have a tough schedule at all. Their toughest game is against Notre Dame, and they have that game at home. They have to go to South Carolina. They have, if I had the schedule in front of me, I'd be able to tell you. But they have Florida State. I think they have at home. So it's not going to be that tough a road to the playoffs for Clemson. And even if they slip up, I think that they're going to look good enough this year to where they're not going to have to hope for a prayer to get in. So, number two, we got the Michigan Wolverines. Michigan returns a lot. They got Blake Corum back. They got McCarthy back. They got a couple of their offensive linemen back. Defense is mostly back besides a D tackle, Mozzie Smith, and I think a linebacker maybe. But besides that, Michigan's going to have a lot back. The Big Ten, I mean, you have to play Penn State, Ohio State. They don't have to play Wisconsin, which is going to help them out. They have to play Maryland. They don't have any big non-con games. But besides that, I think Michigan, they're going to be one of the more impressive teams this year because of who they have to go through with having to go through Penn State and Ohio State. But I do still think they're going to be at 2 because of who's at number 1, and that is the Georgia Bulldogs. I mean, Georgia has a good chance of going undefeated this year. Mike Bobo comes in after Todd Monken leaves, but Mike Bobo, I have trusted Mike Bobo, even with us not being that well when he was our offensive coordinator. The offense wasn't really at fault. We had bad quarterback play some years with Joe Cox, Hudson Mason. Those were the only two. The rest was Aaron Murray and Matthew Stafford. So, besides that, Georgia's defense is Georgia's defense. Kirby Smart's one of the best defensive-minded head coaches in the country. We got 3, 4, and 5-star quarterbacks behind or in the wings. I think Carson Beck's going to be the guy. And while Stetson is a legend in all Georgia football history, Carson Beck has every bit of tools besides the athleticism. While he's pretty athletic himself, he's not as athletic as Stetson. I would say that Carson Beck has the arm talent, and we'll see about the accuracy to get and the size to elevate Georgia's offense to, if not at, close to our offensive production from last year. I think their schedule, their toughest games are at Tennessee, at home against Ole Miss, and probably at home against Kentucky. So I think Georgia has a good chance of going maybe even back to back to back, but it's a little too early to say that. So there's my top four. I think I hope Georgia makes it. I think Georgia can. It'll just depend on the SEC championship, but we can't get too ahead of ourselves either. Anyways, so thank you all for watching, and go Dogs.